What is up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a hump day, the old Wednesday, January 25th, 2023. I'm your host, Joe from the Buckeye Cast, bringing it to you. First bit of housekeeping. Any of you listening on the podcast who used to listen on Spotify, the Spotify issue has been fixed. I didn't know so many people were using it, but so there's a technical issue on their side. Got it all ironed out. Spotify should be working on all the apps and whatevers. So check it out. Let me know if you're still having an issue, and I'll try and dig into that, and we'll figure out what the problem is. But everything should be working fine. I've done a lot of testing myself, so cross your fingers. Let's see. What do you want to talk about? If you do have any topic ideas, any questions, you can email me, Joe at thebuckeyecast.com. You can message me on Twitter. You can leave a comment on any of the videos. There's a number of ways to get a hold of me. As always, I appreciate everybody joining me, and please hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and let's do it. So today we're still working on our Buckeye improvement plan for the after season, not the off season, after season, heading into preseason soon. Oh, by the way, there was an update on the spring schedule yesterday, and spring practice will begin Tuesday, March 7th. Got it. Side note, I'm trying to start a campaign to bring James Laurinaitis back to Ohio State. Anybody that wants to join me, please feel free to make your thoughts known. I think he needs to be a Buckeye. Wisconsin's going after him. Luke Fickell being tight with James, and Notre Dame is probably going to end up losing him at some point. I'm not sure they can keep him on as a GA forever, but he would be moving over as a GA no matter where he went, most likely. He's probably not ready to be a position coach yet, at least not at the Power 5 level. But I think he could be a GA under Jim Knowles, coach the linebackers, and analysts are doing that anyways. They're coaching on the field, and so I think eventually the NCAA is just going to let everybody coach. They're going to remove that rule that's so stupid anyways that says analysts can't coach on the field. Everybody's doing it. Nobody's tracking it. Nobody's, it's impossible to report unless you got videotape of it, But anyways, so join me in bringing James Laurinaitis back home to Columbus. So we're going to talk the Buckeye improvement plan. Today, defensive ends. We need to build some depth there. Again, this is another one of those positions where we've had like a few starters, 2 starters, and then zero depth behind them. Like you see flashes of a guy, but I'm going to get into these snap counts, and we're going to show you who's leaving. And that's the concern is, people that are leaving, like Zach Harrison, we got to replace all those snaps that he played. And we have nobody that's really played other than Jack and JT. So let's talk about it. All right, first off, let's talk who's on the roster. Who do we have here? We lost Zach Harrison, Javonte Jean-Baptiste, transferred to Notre Dame. Tyler Friday, I believe, is out of any kind of eligibility. Now we got Mitchell Melton coming back from the leg injury a year ago. It was relatively serious, so I'm not sure you can really bank on him to be in the 2 deep. He was in the 2020 class, so this will be his 4th year on campus. I hope they got a medical red shirt for him. I assume they did, probably. So he might have 2 or 3 extra years coming to him. But anyways, you got Jack Sawyer and JT came in the 2021 class. Then in 2022, you got Jackson, Caden Curry, and Amari Abor. So Kenyatta Jackson. I always forget his first name for some reason. So those guys came in the 2022 class, and then just coming in now are Joshua Mickens and Jason Moore. Now, I don't think you can plan on a 2023 guy coming in and starting as a freshman. Chase Young didn't even do that, So And then I don't think there's a Chase Young in our last two classes. So that's who we got. We got 2, 4, 6, 7 guys. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, we've got 8 dudes at the end. Okay, but let's look at these snap counts now and really show you where the issues lie. So JT led the team at defensive end, 504 snaps. That's a lot. And he played 64 against Maryland. That was his high point of the year. That was second to last game of the regular season. Then Michigan, 54, and Georgia, 51. That's a lot of freaking snaps, man. 50 snaps. Then, so you got Jack Sawyer with 330. Now, that's a lot less than JT. And what kind of blew me away is in the Michigan and Georgia games, he only had 15 and 16 snaps. 15 against Michigan, 16 against Georgia. Jack Sawyer. So what's going on there? And his production really fell off. I have his stats right here. So like his in-game production, he registered nothing against Michigan. 0 stats. It's like, did he play? Not really. Only 15 snaps. So against Maryland, 4 tackles, a sack. But against all these garbage teams, he didn't do a lot. He did end up with 4.5 sacks on the year, but his tackles are only 24, only 10 solo, 1 batted down pass. And so my concern is that he's being put at this jack position, and maybe it's not best for him. Maybe he should be more of a traditional rush edge, So anyways, we got to replace Zach Harrison's 485, Javante Jean-Baptiste 249. And then our younger guys, Caden Curry had 78, and he played a lot of special teams mostly. He did have some flashes in the Arkansas State game. Kenyatta Jackson 24, Amari Abor 9. So we need to replace Zach Harrison's 485 and Javante Jean-Baptiste 249. So what is that? Like 750 snaps? That's a lot. 740, whatever. So where do we turn? Here's what we got. We got Mitch Melton coming back. He's 6'3", 245. Haven't seen a lot of him. So nothing, I don't know what you can expect out of him. Now, Kenyatta Jackson, I like him. He's a high 4-star when he came out in the 22 class from Chaminade, Badana. So 6'5", 235. These guys haven't changed their weight much in just 1 year. The one who has, and I'll get to him, is Jason Moore. He's dropped 20 pounds, which is interesting. Then we go to Amari Abor to Duncanville, Texas, 6'4", 240, still about the same size. Hopefully he's changed his body a little bit in the Body by Mick program. He was number 63 nationally in the 22 class. So you got 2 guys in the top 66 in their class. Kenyatta Jackson was 60. Amari Abor was 63. So you got 2 dudes that are top 100. And they've been in the program for a full year now. Then looking at the 23 class, you got Joshua Mickens from Indianapolis, 6'3", 225, maybe a little undersized at 225. Probably got to put on some weight with him. He was a high 4-star, ranked 137 nationally in the 23 class. And then Jason Moore. So he has dropped 20 pounds. I compared his weight. He was at 6'6", 280 coming out of high school last year. He's from DeMatha over in Maryland. But now he's down to 260. The Ohio State site has him down to 260 pounds. So probably trimming off some of that baby fat, now putting on some muscle or at least tightening up, And nationally, he was a 78th ranked, a high 4-star, sorry. So These are the dudes we are putting our eggs in their basket. Kenyatta and Amari Abor, I think, have to affect that 2D. They got to be in there, at least one of them. And then Joshua Mickens and Jason Moore, I don't know if you can expect much right now. I mean, they're freshmen, man. It's impossible. It's like, O linemen take 2 years to develop. These guys are DNs. I get that. It's a different position, but I think you still need a solid year to get your body right, and get in the program, get adjusted and acclimated to big time college football, So the wild card, I would say, is Mitchell Melton. What does he bring to the table? Is he 100% healthy? Obviously, experience is there. He probably spent the entire season, this past year, 12 months, of getting to know the defense and where he fits into it. Is he a jack? Is he more of a rush edge? How are they going to use him? And of course, like I said, with Jack Sawyer, is he going to be a rush edge or just float around at that jack position? I think we need to see more production out of that position, no matter who's playing it. Like I said, his stats were not great on the year. So, and that jack position is supposed to be a run stopper. It's a run game destroyer is why Knowles created that position. But I'm not really seeing an effect, honestly. So Caden Curry, I think definitely is in the 2 deep. I think he could be that jack position and then maybe push Jack into another role as a D end, or maybe they use less of the jack position altogether. I don't know. That's my thought. But Caden Curry has a hell of a motor, and he's fast, twitchy, and played a lot last year for a freshman. He played in every game. He led the all freshmen with what do you have, 200 snaps, I believe. Yeah, including special teams. So he had 78 in-game snaps. So still leading the way for all freshmen. So I think either one of Kenyatta or Amari got to be in that 2 deep, and definitely Caden Curry. And where does Mitchell Melton fit into the program? So, and I have like zero expectations for Mickens and more. So that's what I got for you. Let's keep improving this team through the after season into the preseason, and keep it locked in here. I appreciate you guys as always, and go Bucks.